Dolly Parton's love story with Carl Dean is one of the most poignant in country music. Married for over 58 years, their relationship was one of deep partnership, marked by both humor and loyalty. Carl, a private man, preferred to stay out of the spotlight, leaving Dolly to shine as the superstar she became. Despite their fame, they lived a quiet life together, with Carl remaining her emotional anchor. When Carl's health began to decline, Dolly continued to perform, but the pain of watching him fade was unbearable. She kept her grief private, not wanting to make it a spectacle. However, her love for Carl and the memory of their time together remain ever present in her heart, even after his passing. Dolly spoke about how their deep connection shaped her life, providing her with strength through the hardest moments. A life shaped by loss. Dolly Parton's life has been defined by a series of profound losses, the most heart-wrenching being the death of her beloved husband, Carl Dean. While Dolly kept her grief largely to herself, she admitted the overwhelming sorrow she felt after losing him. Their relationship, built on decades of love and shared memories, was the foundation of her personal happiness. Dolly also suffered the loss of her Uncle Bill, the man who helped launch her career, and her younger brother, Floyd, who had been her musical partner. These tragedies shaped her deeply, leaving her to mourn in private. Despite these losses, Dolly continued to create music and perform, finding solace in her work and the memories of the people she lost. As she reflected on these events, she found comfort in the love she had for them and the legacy they left behind. The heartbreak of unfulfilled dreams. One of Dolly Parton's greatest heartbreaks was her inability to have children. In the 1980s, after a medical emergency, Dolly learned she would never be able to carry a child. This news devastated her, as she had always dreamed of being a mother. Dolly later confessed to feeling lost during this period, overwhelmed by depression and feelings of unfulfillment. She had poured her heart into her career, but her dreams of motherhood were shattered. She even reached a point where thoughts of self-harm crossed her mind, though she found the strength to pull herself out of that darkness through prayer and the support of close friends. This painful chapter in Dolly's life remains one of her most personal tragedies, one that she rarely discusses publicly, but which had a lasting impact on her. The power of faith and perseverance. Despite the many personal tragedies Dolly faced, her faith has been a guiding light throughout her life. Growing up in poverty in the Smoky Mountains, Dolly's Christian faith was the foundation that helped her through hardships. Raised in a one-room cabin with no running water or electricity, Dolly's early life was one of struggle. Yet from an early age, she exhibited a talent for singing. Her voice was powerful and captivating, even as a child. This natural gift was noticed by a woman in her church, who prayed over Dolly and told her she was destined for greatness. Dolly's love for music, her belief in her purpose, and her faith that God had a plan for her helped her push through the difficult early years and find success in Nashville. The making of a star. Dolly Parton's rise to stardom was fueled by hard work, determination, and relentless perseverance. From a young age, Dolly was driven by a sense of urgency. She worked tirelessly to make her dreams a reality. She would write songs before school, perform wherever she could, and record demos in cheap studios, facing rejection after rejection. But her work ethic became legendary. When she moved to Nashville, Dolly was a force to be reckoned with. She was unafraid to take risks and push the boundaries of country music, all while maintaining the warmth and charm that made her so beloved. Dolly wasn't just talented. She was driven by an unyielding belief that time was precious, and she had to make the most of it. Love, fame, and public scrutiny. As Dolly's fame grew, so did the scrutiny of her personal life. Rumors about her relationships and affairs followed her, fueled by her public flirtations and the attention she garnered from male admirers. Dolly handled the gossip with grace, humor, and a firm sense of confidence. She once joked, "People are going to talk, so give them something to talk about. But beneath the jokes was a woman who deeply valued her marriage to Carl. Despite the pressures of fame and the demands of her career, Dolly stayed loyal to him, proving that love and devotion were at the core of her personal life. Their bond was the one constant in a world that was often chaotic and unpredictable. Behind the glitter, the real Dolly. Behind the glimmering sequins, big hair, and dazzling smile, Dolly Parton is a woman who has faced many trials. Her ability to perform on stage and appear glamorous to the world is a testament to her professionalism and resilience. However, few people see the shadows behind that glimmer. Dolly has had to navigate immense personal loss, mental health struggles, and the pressure of living under the constant gaze of the public. She has handled the pain of losing loved ones, including Carl, with dignity, never letting her grief become a spectacle. Instead, she turned her pain into music, creating some of the most emotionally powerful songs of her career. Despite everything, Dolly continues to shine, proving that her greatest strength is her ability to face life's challenges with grace. Resilience in the face of adversity. Dolly Parton has been through more than her fair share of hardships, yet her resilience has been a defining trait throughout her life. From growing up in poverty to losing loved ones, Dolly has weathered every storm life has thrown her way. But what makes her remarkable is her ability to keep moving forward. When faced with the heartbreak of not being able to have children, Dolly didn't let it break her. Instead, she used her grief as a source of strength, channeling her emotions into her music. Dolly's ability to overcome personal and professional challenges is a testament to her inner strength and the deep sense of purpose that guides her. Legacy of love and compassion. One of the things that stands out most about Dolly Parton is her unwavering kindness. Despite the fame and fortune she has accumulated, she has remained humble, generous, and deeply compassionate. Dolly's reputation as a genuinely kind person is not a facade. It is a reflection of who she truly is. She has often said that being kind is a choice, and it's a choice she has made throughout her life. She has used her platform to help others, supporting various charitable causes and giving back to her community. Dolly's kindness has been her armor, allowing her to navigate the harsh realities of fame without losing herself in the process. Facing the final chapter. As Dolly Parton ages, there are whispers about her retirement. While she continues to perform and work tirelessly, she has hinted that she may be slowing down. Yet even as she faces the inevitable slowing down that comes with age, Dolly is determined to go out on her own terms. She has accomplished everything she set out to do: fame, fortune, respect, and a lasting legacy. Now, as she prepares for the final chapter of her life, Dolly remains committed to living life to the fullest. She plans to leave the world with a legacy that reflects not just her music, but the strength, love, and resilience that have defined her life. The magic of Dolly Parton, Dolly Parton's greatest magic, lies not in her music or her public persona, but in her strength and vulnerability. Her story is one of heartbreak, but also of triumph. She has faced unimaginable challenges, from poverty to loss, yet she continues to shine brighter than ever. Dolly's ability to transform pain into beauty, to turn tragedy into triumph, is what makes her a true legend. She has built an empire on love, faith, and resilience, and her legacy will live on long after she steps off the stage for the last time. Dolly Parton is more than just a country music icon. She is a symbol of strength, kindness, and the power of overcoming adversity.